Hello there, friends. Joy here, and well, this video, I kind of have a bit of a confession to make. Sorry. There. Can you hear me better now? See, I've been getting to grips with something lately. It's just a small thing. It's a tiny thing, and I mean, this might come as a shock to you. It certainly did for me. But turns out I'm kinky. I am into the kink. I am a kinkster. And I gotta take this fucking hood off because I literally cannot do this with my this is not sexy at all. Like, you think it's gonna be cool, you think it's gonna be awesome, and it's not sexy at all. Like, my nose is running, I can't fucking, everything's sort of a bit restricted. Getting this thing on and off is a fucking nightmare. It was not designed for people with piercings. At all. I'm gonna go take it off, and then, we're gonna have a bit of a conversation, okay? Okay. That feels a little better. At least I can talk to you properly now. So, I have thought for quite a long time that I'm fairly vanilla, and to some extent that's still true. There are a lot of kinks out there that turn me off. And however, recently, especially this summer, because what else you're gonna do in lockdown, right? I really leaned into the, small inkling that I've had that I have a kinky side, For a few years now, I have been learning about kink and watching other people talk about it and how to have a healthy kinky lifestyle and what kinks they are into and, what it can mean, what it does mean, all that sort of thing. And then I met someone who is into kink, and we shared an experience or two that I enjoyed. And unfortunately for me, that person has since moved away, and we just haven't seen each other since, because even without the whole COVID thing, meeting people long distance is difficult. I also have another kinky friend who has introduced me to certain ideas, and we still, we talk about the lifestyle, and what this person's into is actually very different to what I'm into. And, part of the reason that I thought I wasn't kinky is because this person is into XYZ and I'm just not. But that doesn't mean I can't be into ABC, right? So, also, I want to put a big sort of emphasis on the word talk there. Trying to hold this in such a way that my nips don't show, because it's not actually, it's a bit small. It's a bit small on me. Okay, so, I mean, it's fine. They're non-binary nips anyway. But anyway, my point is that a lot of kinksters spend more time just talking about kink than actually doing the kinky things. I mean, even I don't know. I can't explain why. So, by now, I expect you are dying to know all of the details about what I'm into and everything, but no, sorry. I am not comfortable sharing my entire private life on the internet. I hope you understand, right? You've got to give me some privacy. And also, the other reason is just I cannot give you a comprehensive list because I'm still kind of new to it and I am still exploring it, and I don't know everything that might or might not turn me on, be right for me, that sort of thing. Okay, so I have to explain what I mean by kink. It's not just about dressing up, although let's face it, this stuff looks fantastic. So some people think that kink equals sex, which no, not necessarily. That is a misconception that I had for a lot of, years. That and it's just, you can have kink without sex. And some kinksters really like to. The only reason I think is because kinky sex goes together so often, especially in like porn, and porn is not real life. Porn is fantasy, and that's good, it's fine, it's great, it can be enjoyed however, but at the same time it's not everything. It can be incorporated into a healthy sex lifestyle, but yeah, it can be completely unrelated, or kink can be tangentially related to sex, like as a foreplay kind of thing. Sometimes, expressing oneself through kink can be more intimate than just sex. Like playing with food or sensory deprivation or something like that. The other misconception that I want to talk about is that some people equate kink with BDSM, which it does not. BDSM is just a form of kink. It is not the form of kink. I am not into BDSM at all. And I thought that I wasn't kinky for so long because I'm not into BDSM. Maybe a little bit of the B, but definitely not the whole dom sub sadomasochism stuff. Like, that's just not my thing. It's too much. But that sort of hardcore thing doesn't, kink doesn't begin and end with BDSM, and there's a whole range of other things out there that you can do. And I think part of the reason for that particular misconception is a certain series of books that popularized at the same time as inaccurately describing what BDSM is. And I am going to go on a bit of a rant about these books, okay? Because I did fucking read them. I read the whole trilogy. And so, problems I have. One, obviously, the main problem is that it's inaccurate and it depicts kind of an unhealthy relationship. Two, the writing is just awful. Like, Erica James, seriously, you need more epithets, or don't use epithets at all. Because the amount of times I read the words foil packet or my sex got boring. Just call it a vagina, call it a box, a pussy, a cunt, whatever. Throw a whole load of fucking epithets in there, or just none at all, okay? Thirdly, I got to the point where I started skim reading the sex scenes because they were way too heterosexual. And the last problem I have is that in a trilogy of sordid, seedy, sexually explicit romance novels, I didn't get that. Like, what I got, the most exciting fucking part of the entire trilogy was the fucking car chase scene. That's what I think of that. All right, back on track. So, also, I want to make a distinction here about what I am talking about. There is a difference between kink and fetish. Fetish means arousal or excitement by a sort of specific object or a type of person or a sexual act or, you know, something like that, which can get unhealthy if it's obsessive or hyper-focused or possessive or, you know, in terms of a relationship, if you're in a relationship with someone who is with you just for that one feature, and that's objectification, and that's kind of dehumanizing, and that's why that's wrong. That's why a lot of, you know, trans fetishists are, I mean, it's great that they're accepting, but it's not in fact ideal to date someone like that. A kink, on the other hand, is something of an unorthodox activity or a non-mainstream feature that, you know, you can do solo or with others. And, you know, this is just simply for the purpose of pleasure, you know. Okay, costume change. Alrighty then. So, I have found... It's not exactly a Q&A like the last two. This is a would you rather? And it specifically asks about, like, non-kinky people. But the thing is, because even kinky people have different kinks, I thought it would still be kind of fun to explore this. So, this is 11 of the hardest would you rather questions. And we have be mummified, wrapped in a material that prevents all movement, or be the submissive during breath play. The dominant controls the breathing. I would much rather be wrapped up than have anything to do with breath play. That is dangerous. That is not for me. And that honestly is... Oh, that scares me. That really does. And that is how we've lost so many of the cool people, like, in entertainment. Like David Carradine and Michael Hutchins. You know, was the death boner worth it, really? I don't think so. Also, the thing about the mummification thing is one of the things that I have tried is bondage, and, you know, out of like everything, bondage is kind of fun. Bondage can be kind of fun. It's very much a trust exercise as well. But yeah, like both receiving end and, you know, being the one to tie people up. Something that I have explored, put it that way. Okay, so next question. Be punished with orgasm denial for a set time. You're not allowed to reach orgasm during that time. Or be punished with a chastity device for a set time. You wear a chastity belt or cock cage. I would go with chastity device for that one. I think I haven't done either of those things, but I think, like, achieving orgasm is such a pain in the arse anyway. You know, I think a chastity device, sort of like a bondage thing, like, might be fun to try, maybe. Next one. Try age play, e.g. where you act as a baby, or try animal play, e.g. where you act as a puppy. I find both of those things kind of creepy. But at least you can sort of go in, well, I mean, you can go innocent either way, but I find like animals, you can go kind of a bit more innocent with it because, like I said, kink is not necessarily the same thing as sex. And role-playing, you know, as an animal, probably more fun than role-playing as a baby because, you know, I don't know, everyone likes animals, right? Would I rather be a furry or ABDL? Like, ugh. Both have cringe, but yeah. I think I'm gonna have to say animal for that one. Because, like I said, it can be kind of innocent and fun. Okay, would you rather take part in a diaper fetish or take part in a foot fetish? Foot, definitely. I don't like feet, but I don't like the other option even more. You know, and I have actually done some feet stuff. Like somebody was worshipping my feet. I wasn't really into like doing the worshipping myself. And when it's with somebody who's into that, it gets good. Okay, next. Be a dom or be a sub? Ooh, I don't know how to answer that one because I'm not into Can I be a switch, please? I hate binaries, as you well know. Okay, would you rather try cuckolding relationship, watching somebody else have sex with your partner, or try a contractual dom-sub relationship, full-time dynamic where the rules are set by the dom? Well, being poly, I'd be more okay with the cuckolding thing because at least my partner would be getting something out of it, and if they're happy, then I'm happy, and if I'm watching, then at least I'm sort of a part of it. Whereas the whole dom sub stuff, just definitely not. Just no. I have tried a little bit. Just no. Not for me. Would you rather be urinated on once or have sex but be denied an orgasm for an entire month? Ooh. I'm gonna go with warm piss. I'm gonna take the Bear Grylls kind of avenue on that one and go with, yep, better go with the piss, the warm. Oh my god. I'm guessing it says being denied orgasm for an entire month means like you can't even jerk off, and that's not something I can do for an entire month. Would you rather be handcuffed or be blindfolded? I have done both, and ooh, I don't know. Can I be both at the same time? I don't know. I think I'd rather be handcuffed because with your sight, you can still get stimulation from like seeing things, whereas being blindfolded, the sensory deprivation thing is really great, but yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, I think I'm more visual. Isn't it? Be silenced with a ball gag or be spanked with a paddle. Oh my god. I own a paddle. Which one do you think I would rather do? But I have tried both, and ball gag not as bad as I thought it would be, but still not my thing, really. Like once in a while, but not, you know. Right, have hot wax stripped on your body or have your nipples clamped? Well, if you saw my nipples earlier, you will notice that they are pierced, so having clamps on them would be fucking terrible. So I would rather have the hot wax thing. Actually, I did have the hot wax thing, quite some time ago, and the person doing it used the wrong wax, and it had a higher melting point, and I had some fucking, blisters for about a week afterwards. So with wax play, you gotta make sure that it's the right kind of wax. But if that is the case, then yes, I would rather do the wax play. And the last question is, wear a bondage hood during sex or wear a gas mask during sex? You've seen which one I own. It doesn't feel very sexy inside there, but what else am I going to use it for? Okay. That's everything. That's everything for this video. Thank you for joining me. Part 4 coming soon. And as always, non-binary and kinksters are valid. God damn it. Bye. So for years, fucking nipples keep falling out. I've been getting to grips with something lately, and oh my god, my nips just keep running back out.